Muslims always they have a very false ideas about Christianity, and the reason for that, if you go to a Muslim school, and me myself, I grew up in a Muslim school, they always teach you false things about everybody, not only about Christians, about the Jews, about the Hindus, about the Buddhas, everybody. There is no true information, there is no honesty, there is no dignity in the education they give to their children, because the purpose of this information they give to their children is to make them don't like those people, hate them. As an example, once I was in high school, and a Muslim, he's a nice person actually, the person, you know, he came to me and he says, I will ask you a question, but I'm afraid you will beat me up. I said, why do you think I will beat you up? He said, well, I know you, you know. I said, but why? What you will say to me will make me beat you up. He said, this is why I'm asking you. You promised me you will not do anything wrong. I said, well, I don't know if I can promise you what you want to tell me. Tell me first. He said, no, I cannot tell you. Promise me first. So anyway, I promised him. He said to me that his Islamic teacher in the classroom, and I wasn't there, he said that Christians, before they get married, the priest, he have to sleep with the wife. Imagine. The priest, the Muslims teaching their children that your priest, before you take your wife home, she have to spend the night over with the priest. Do you believe it? So they are willing to fabricate all kind of lies to make the Muslims believe that you are really a filthy creature. You are not even considered to be respected. How dare you you let your wife to sleep with the priest? So for them, when they see us as ugly people, because they have a very false information about us. The fact is the opposite. It's Muhammad who made chapters in the Quran saying any Muslim woman, she gave herself to the Prophet, she is a privilege for him. And not only that, if we go and see the interpretation, we will find that it says that if the Prophet, his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her right now. And we showed you the reference before, you remember? The husband, he have to divorce her immediately if the eyes of the Prophet fell into her mom. A Muslim saying to us, you Christian, you are doing that, you are a big fat liar. You are the Muslims who do that. You Muslims, you don't even respect women to the point you divorce, you marry, you divorce, you divorce. Every day you can divorce and marry. In Christianity, divorce and marriage is very strict. In Islam, you can have 4 and 5, which means 5 some together party, sex party. And this is official and legal. And then the women, if she got divorced, she have to go and have to sleep with different husband in order to get back to her husband. Have you ever heard of a filthy cult more than this? Imagine your mother. She was divorced by your father, and he said to her, you are divorced 3 times. And then, you know, she have kids from from this man, and she want to go back. I mean, she did not do anything wrong. It's not her fault. Muhammad, he come with a filthy cult rules saying if your mother, she was divorced 3 times, she cannot go back to her husband until she marry another mule, and he have to jump on the top of her. And I can show you the reference. It says she have to taste his juice and he have to taste her juice. Are you there, Muslims? Am I lying? What kind of cult says if you divorce your wife 3 times, she cannot go back to you unless she sleep with a new man? And what the purpose and what the wisdom? The Muslim, they will say to you, oh, this is a penalty for the man, so he will not exaggerate with the word divorce. But my friend, you said to him 3 times. What about you say it for him from the first time? If you divorce her, you cannot have her forever. What this is about is sleeping with a new man. And still men, they do it. I mean, you make it 3 times, and now she have to sleep with a new man, and still they divorce her 3 times. What about you make the divorce very strict and very hard? It's not just a word we say. Divorce in Islam is so easy. You just say you are divorced, that's it. There's no need for a court, there's no need for anything. You are divorced. Even you can send a text message. A woman in the kitchen, the guy is driving his car, he sent her a text message, you are divorced, get out. And then you will find that the Muslims, they suffer from this rule, which is obviously perverted rule. So we see a woman she married a new man in order to get back to her previous husband. The new man is old, and she thought to herself, well, if he tried to sleep with me, I will not let him do it, and then he will get rid of me, he will divorce me, so I can go back to my husband. And this is the story in front of you in Sahih al-Bukhari, as you see. All right, in Sahih al-Bukhari, thank you for everybody who is helping in donation, we appreciate you. In Sahih al-Bukhari, you will see that a woman, she came to the prophet wife, and she was beaten by her husband until her clothes became a greener, sorry, her skin became a greener than her clothes. And Aisha, she said, I have not seen any women suffering as much as I believe in women. What the story is about? The story is about this woman. She married a new husband because the previous husband, he divorced her 3 times. And now she don't know what to do. How she can get back to her husband? There's no way. The only way is to find a new husband, to sleep with her, and after he sleep with her, she can go back to her previous husband. I mean, how in the world that can be a religion? And now this woman, this poor woman, as you see, she get beaten by her husband, the new husband, and Muhammad now is investigating the issue because the man, he came over, and she told him that my husband, his private part is not working. The man, he said, she's a liar. I swear by Allah, I can satisfy her. Look at the conversation. This is a conversation with the Prophet of Allah. She said, by Allah, I have done nothing wrong to him, but he is impotent, and he is as useless as this to me, which when she is holding her the clothes of her fabric, which mean, you know, his penis is not working. Abdul Rahman said, by Allah, messenger, she told a lie. I'm very, very hot, horny man, brother. I can satisfy her, but she is disobedient and want to go back to Rif'ah. She want to go back to Rif'ah. Allah messenger said, if this is your intention, then you know that it's not lawful for you to marry Rif'ah again unless you had sexual intercourse, according to the translation. But the fact, by the way, it doesn't say that. It says in Arabic, حتى يذوق عسيلتك من عسيلتك أو سيلتك, حتى he tastes your juice. Literally, until he tastes your juice. Imagine the prophet of God saying to a woman, she want to go back to her previous husband, she don't want this guy. Oh, you cannot do that. The only way you can go back to your previous husband, this man, he have to taste your juice, not intercourse as they say here only. It mean intercourse at the end, yes, but you know what does that mean? He have to taste her juice. If we go to different hadith, just to show you how they lie, copy this word just to search for the exact same story, and you will see how they lie in the translation. Look here at the translation. Here, until he consummate his marriage. It doesn't say that. Liars. Look at this here. This is different translation. You see the Muslims, I mean the same story, the same sentence. Look how the translation changed. It says, no, until you taste his sweetness and he tastes your sweetness. So if you are saying to me that Islam is a religion and Muhammad he is a person who speak from God, what is that? This is sex party, this is hippies. What tastes your sweetness and he tastes your sweetness? I mean, and this is just because a woman she want to go back to her husband. So now we force her to taste the juice of the new man and he have to taste her juice, and then after that she can go back. If this is what Islam is about, then what hippies is about, what hippie movement is about, sex with everybody. Now you are forcing the women to go around, sleep around with the new men just because she want to go back to her babies. She have children from the previous husband. The poor woman, she is trying desperately to go back.